A major controversy is shaking Washington, D.C. Allegations that the Metropolitan Police Department manipulated crime statistics to make the city appear safer than it is. If residents can't trust the numbers meant to keep them informed, public confidence in law enforcement erodes. The timing is critical. Just weeks before President Donald Trump federalized the city's police force, citing a crime crisis. The data manipulation claims fueled his decision, suggesting city leaders not only failed to control crime but also hid its true extent. Suspended MPD Commander Michael Pulliam is at the center of the investigation, accused of falsifying crime data. Pulliam denies wrongdoing, claiming retaliation for an earlier complaint against a superior. The MPD remains silent as the probe continues, and the case has become a flashpoint for the city's trust in its institutions. The outcome will determine whether faith in DC's public safety can be restored. The allegations aren't just rumors, they're backed by specific claims from the DC Police Union. Union Chairman Greg Pemberton says officers' reports of serious felonies were routinely downgraded by supervisors to lesser offenses. A carjacking might become a theft, a shooting, just an injured person. This practice, if true, distorts the city's crime picture and misleads both the public and policymakers. Neighborhoods may be denied needed resources, and officers feel their integrity is compromised. The union alleges this was a top-down effort to manage perceptions, not isolated mistakes. Investigators are now combing through reports and testimony to determine if this was a widespread, systemic problem. Amid the uproar, President Trump took the extraordinary step of federalizing the DC police for 30 days, invoking emergency powers. He cited a crime wave and accused local leaders of hiding the truth, deploying the National Guard and federal agencies to restore order. The allegations of falsified data became central to his justification, claiming the crisis was worse than reported. Trump promised to turn DC around, casting himself as the one cutting through deception. His allies quickly filed legal requests for MPD records, seeking proof of data manipulation. The move sparked a legal and political battle, keeping the controversy in the national spotlight. The city's leadership was sidelined, and the fight over who controls the narrative and the streets intensified. The stakes: public safety, political power, and the truth about crime in the capital. The federal takeover split the city's narrative in two. Democrats, including Hakeem Jeffries and Hillary Clinton, pointed to official stats showing violent crime at a 30-year low, calling Trump's move political theater. The DC Police Union, however, sided with Trump, dismissing the stats as misleading and insisting officers face daily violence. Official data shows homicides and violent crime dropped sharply in 2024 after a spike the year before. But a Council on Criminal Justice study revealed a troubling rise in crime lethality. The odds of dying in a violent attack have soared. DC saw the highest increase in lethality among major U.S. cities, up 38% since 2018 and over 300% since 2012. So while crime is less frequent, it's far deadlier. Both sides use the numbers to support their case, but the reality is more complicated. The debate isn't just about statistics, it's about whose version of safety the public believes. The city is left grappling with two conflicting realities. For DC residents, the battle over crime stats isn't abstract. It shapes daily life and trust in leaders. Conflicting narratives leave people anxious, relying on personal experience instead of official data. Without reliable numbers, holding police and politicians accountable becomes nearly impossible. The focus on statistics and politics often overshadows the real victims behind the numbers. Every misclassified crime is a family's trauma, a community's loss. Restoring trust requires an independent, transparent audit of MPD data, so residents know the truth. Only then can DC move forward, ensuring safety is more than just a number.